Welcome to Web Handling. My name is Dave Roisum. In this video, we continue our discussion of bagginess by describing how not to make it worse than it already is. As we recall from the wrinkling module of Web 101, one way to define bagginess is the variation of residual stresses or tension across the width of the web. By this definition, it is not possible to fix a baggy web because the damage is inherent to the web. One extremely rare and narrow exception is to anneal a material such as reheating metal or film or wetting or decurling of paper. However, even then, annealing may cause more trouble than it solves in this regard. Guess what happens if the annealing process is uneven? Bagginess is produced. While you can't make bagginess better, you can certainly make it worse by uneven converting or brutish handling. One common way is to wind material that has gauge variation, as we covered in our Web 101 school as well as in earlier Web 201 YouTube clips. You can also make wrinkling worse, which is one of the more common of the many baggy web troubles. You can make wrinkling worse with poor tension control because all wrinkles are tension sensitive, and having poor control means the window of acceptable operation is narrowed even more. Another way to make wrinkling worse is poor roller geometry. This is covered in great detail in Web 101 and is beyond the scope of these YouTube clips. However, I can summarize the issue in the following way. You might get away with a slightly baggy web on a dead level machine. You might also get away with a slightly imperfect machine if the web were dead level. However, you may not get away with a baggy web and a crooked machine. These problems are additive because tension is the underlying mechanism of both. You can also make wrinkling worse if your machine design is not tolerant. We always knew how to make machines good, that is, precise of geometry and precise of force, as we learned in Web 101. This concept of tolerance goes beyond goodness. It widens the window of acceptable operation even if the geometry and the forces were already perfect. What we also learned is that bagginess is better dealt with by the principle of flattening than it is by spreading. Thank you so very much for watching this module in my Plant Practical series. If you have trouble with bagginess, wrinkling, machine design, or machine tolerance, just give me a shout. I can help you sort it out.